Hi, I'm Peyton Noderft, and we are excited to be participating in Calix Connections. As way of introduction, OcularIP is in use in over 140 service providers worldwide and over 110 across the United States. All OcularIP users can use the Calix technology today, and the services you provide by with the Calix technology are measured, analyzed, and reported in OcularIP today, and we'll show you that shortly. We have integrated Calix technology and solutions into the OcularIP platform, including E5, E7, E9, and the exciting new GPR 3000X. We are excited to participate at Calix Connections, and now our organizations have worked together to enhance the solution and provide the Calix employees and clients with a live demonstration environment you can access, highlighting the integrated Calix OcularIP solution. Users can be confident knowing that our organizations work together to ensure interoperability, integration, and stay current on updates. There are many joint Calix and OcularIP clients today using OcularIP's compliance and customer portal. In addition to a live demo site, we've developed several resources for your use to learn more about the OcularIP solution. There are additional presentations, ebooks, and documentation that highlight the Calix OcularIP solution. This documentation includes sample use cases for OcularIP, noting challenges for service providers, and how the integrated Calix OcularIP solution solves these issues. The presentations also provide illustrations of how Calix technologies are integrated into, along with how OcularIP is integrated into service provider environments. Thank you for investing your time to journey with me through the OcularIP Calix demonstration portal. Leveraging this live OcularIP shows the robust Calix solution for transport providers. This instance is a live instance of OcularIP, however, it only shows a subset of the functions. OcularIP is a multi-tenant platform, and all companies can custom configure or select the functions they want to expose to users. Carrier clients may have a limited subset with average latency and utilization, whereas your engineers and NOC have access to all 6 functional areas and more than 100 KPIs. In addition, you will see that this instance of OcularIP is private branded for Calix. This is the same functionality used by OcularIP service providers. The portal uses their names, brands, colors, etc. Once again, this OcularIP instance is the live platform configured specifically for Calix teams and clients. Even though OcularIP supports over 400 different technologies, this instance is custom with circuits and services that are built on Calix technologies, specifically highlighting Calix's GPR 3000X. The GPR 3000X can support up to 10 GE, and the OcularIP highlights the GPR 3000X's service delivery performance. With OcularIP's inherent user-based portal, service providers have visualization, analytics, and compliance reporting to use internally or customize for their clients. This instance is a custom selected user level, providing an introductory view for users and Calix employees of the Calix OcularIP solution. We are happy to provide full demonstrations with full platform functionality and let users have their own demo environment to see how it seamlessly fits into their operation. Turned up in just minutes. Look for the video on the few easy steps to download our app and turn up your own instance of OcularIP. And we will go through a basic review. To get your own user ID and password, please email calix@localbackhaul.com. You can log on and venture into any functional areas for your user level, try new things, you will not hurt it, and you can always head back to the circuit manager by clicking on the function bar along the top. Now let's log on to calix.ocularip.com. This is our Calix customer portal, and the requirement for carriers to provide reporting, visualization, and optimization is coming from 4 key areas. First, our clients. They want their SLAs, they want reporting and visibility of the services that they're buying. This is mandated in cell tower backhaul, wholesale, and the most valuable clients for our carriers. The second area is coming from competition. Other competitors have service portals such as Spectrum and Cox, AT&T, just to name a few. The third is customer experience, which is a very important key area. The customer wants to have a good experience with your product and service, and this enhances the client satisfaction. The fourth key area comes from cost savings. It can reduce the SLA penalties through optimization and reporting. It can also reduce trouble calls and tickets since the customer has access into the portal. They can log in and view the services for themselves. We will go ahead and log into the portal. So I'm going to click the Login button. And this brings us into the portal. And the goal of a portal that can serve both internal and external needs for the customers is to present your services in the best manner, be informative with rock-solid security and intuitive operation. Across the top bar, the functions that are allowed by my user are displayed. I have access to Circuit Manager, Event Manager, and Report Manager. The window on the left-hand side is going to show some welcome messages for the user. You're able to tell your users about upcoming maintenances, specials, some marketing releases as well. On the right-hand side is the user log. This is great for your audits, maybe shift changes. Users only see their approved lists. So we will go ahead and go into Circuit Manager. And this is the executive dashboard of your services. If you click on the Expand All button right in the middle, you are able to see the status of all of the domains your user has access to. And so the domain system is kind of a filing system for circuits. But unlike Windows, a circuit can actually be in multiple domains. You can define domains any way that you would like. This layout that we currently have reflects best practices. We have it grouped out by carriers, by customers, regions, and as well as service types. So maybe a couple use cases is there is an issue and you're trying to figure out where this issue is. And so you see under the carrier sprint that they might be having an issue, and also under the one of the CO regions. And so maybe you're able to just quickly see at a glance where the issue may be lying. It's maybe a sprint CO in Kansas. Another use case is you are able to assign domains to users. And so this increases the flexibility of a single circuit within multiple domains. You can limit internal customers to see specific circuits as well as external customers. And if you would like a geo map representation, we can click on the blue icon. So we're going to click the blue icon on the Sprint domain. Clicking the blue button will bring up a pop-up window for the visualization. And so you're able to actually mouse over these circuit lines. If you click on them, it will give you a pop-up box, which will provide some information about the circuit itself, as well as some statistics that is reporting. If there are multiple circuits on the same that have the same addresses, you're able to select this drop down and click between the circuits that are on the same path. So I will go ahead and exit out of this now. Next, we will go ahead and actually click on the Sprint domain to take a look at these circuits. And so up here you can see that we are viewing the circuit health. And so the top portion is a summary of the states that a circuit can be categorized in. So they can be in a green state, for good. We also offer critical, major, minor, and info. But two others we have are the maintenance state and a new circuit state, which are very important for your customers to see, very important in a customer portal. And so over on this left-hand side, we have a few overview profiles. And these are a set of views for the circuits that the carrier can easily create their own to view just a few KPIs at a quick glance, see how your circuits are performing. So we're going to go ahead and click on the customer view. And here you can see this profile is made up of a few selected KPIs that include packet loss, average latency, and input except average. Any of these columns can be sorted by clicking on the top. So we can sort by our two-way latency values. And also maybe you would want to compare the KPIs and circuits graphically. So we can select this graph button up at the top. It'll open up one of our dashboard graphs. Here it will bring up the dashboard graph window, and this is an easy and quick way to compare KPIs for circuits graphically. So in the circuits quadrant, we can go ahead and click on maybe one of our circuits we would like to take a look at a couple KPIs for. So I'm going to click this top circuit right here. And then we can go ahead and select a couple of KPIs to compare. So we're going to go ahead and select two-way latency and our packet loss A to Z. We'll go ahead and click apply. And here you are able to see both KPI values for this one circuit. You are able to zoom in on the time frames. You see that you have a historical bar down below, providing you as far back as the user allows to view the circuits for. In the upper right-hand corner, you are able to print out the PDF. You can change your KPIs if you would like to go back and pick a couple different, or maybe you want to view a couple circuits at the same time. And so we will go ahead and close out of this. And closing out of our dashboard graph does bring us right back to our customer view profile that we're on. So we will go ahead and click on one of these circuits. I'll just select this first one. And so this is going to provide you with the circuit details for this specific circuit. The top portion shown on the right is going to provide you the meta details and the metadata for these circuits, such as the domains that the circuit is placed in, the circuit ID, as well as the circuit alias, the system A, system Z information as well. You are also able to add additional labels if you would like, maybe ACNA, FAN, LADA, if these specific circuits have those applied. And so now if we scroll a little further down, we are going to see some graphing options. So we have our two-way graphs right here. Here you are able to see the values for just the past few hours for the specific circuit. We have our average utilization for system A, average latency, DDR, packet loss, and jitter values. And so if you actually hover over these data points, it's going to provide you with the time as well as the data at that moment. And so we will go ahead and if we click on one of these headers, we'll go ahead and click on average latency. It is going to open up a performance graph. And so from here, you are able to select multiple different KPIs that you would like to graph for the specific circuit. We have some quick links up at the top for maybe the day, week, month to date, however long you would like to graph your circuit details for, your circuit data. And if we scroll a little bit down, here is going to be our performance graph. You can see the historical bar down below as well. And so the OcularIP platform keeps minute-by-minute granular detail standard for 7 months, so users can go back and examine prior history. This is very important as carriers have the flexibility to go back and do performance analytics, make changes, and document exclusions. And so these exclusions enable the carrier to optimize their performance reporting against their SLAs. They can exclude periods of time from SLA calculations where they were not responsible for the performance degradation or outage. This may include events such as maintenances, force majeure events, or the carrier client's events such as power issues. We'll go ahead and scroll back up to the top, and we're going to click on Event Manager. So here you are able to see an event summary for any of the circuits that are within your domain. And so if you would click on a specific circuit, maybe we would see the events. We're going to go ahead and graph this for the past week, and we do see a few events have popped up for some of our circuits. It's going to provide you with those details. And so now your carriers can identify several methods for excluding the event and the associated time frame. This is a quick way to figure out when there was an event or an issue happening on your circuit that you're able to do a little research into and then figure out if those time periods would be able to be excluded. So we will go ahead and now jump to our report manager at the top. If we click on this All Reports button, we're going to see the list of all of the reports within my user level that I have access to. And once again, based upon the user ID and the user level, the service provider can determine what reports to provide to the user. They're able to limit and restrict what the user is able to see. And on the left-hand side, we're able to see the reports that my user does have access to. And so we'll go ahead and click on the wireless report just for to get the view of it. It's going to provide a little bit of data on how it reports with the metrics. And so OcularIP also includes a report builder that leverages the analytics inherent in the platform. Users can build their own reports, choosing from nearly 100 KPIs. They can leverage their own time periods, the time of day SLAs, develop your own pass and fail against objectives and SLAs as well. These are the custom reports that we would have. Currently, my user has access to a capacity demo custom report. And so the customer portal really does empower your carrier's clients with true visibility into the connections the carrier provides, so differentiating from their competition and growing customer satisfaction. I hope that this was very helpful. Please let us know if you have any additional questions or if there's anything we can help you with.